What's up, guys? I'm Unbound Brian, and today, guys, I'm bringing you a versus match between Dante of
Devil May Cry
and Hellboy.
Hey. They're playing our song.
Stick around. So, as stated in the intro, I'm doing today, guys. We're doing today, guys. We're doing a versus match between Dante and Hellboy. The quick TLDR, if you guys don't know of these characters, is Dante and Hellboy are both characters who are half demons. I know, looking at Hellboy, you're like, what? Half? I know. Believe it or not, guys, in his own storyline, actually, Hellboy and Dante are both half demons. They're also the sons of kings / like monarchs in hell, so they're both basically demon royalty, and they both fight for the good guys team. So this is why we're comparing them today. I'm gonna tell you who would win in a death battle style fight between the two, and the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I'm a fan of death battle with Chad and Ben, from the company formerly known as Screw Attack. Now it's just called Death Battle, and they're for Rooster Teeth. And I'm a big fan of their work, so I'm kind of giving you guys this like comparison kind of thing, and like we're talking about who would win in a fight, between the two. And yeah, and we're going to be basing what I do, because I don't have the ability to give you guys when I do this series, I don't have the ability to give you guys an animated fight, but I do kind of have like a presentation of sorts I can kind of give you, and we'll have 5 categories which we'll be comparing. So why don't we go ahead, we'll cut to those real quick. Alright, guys, so our 5 categories for starting off with this comparison between Dante and Hellboy is we're going to be, as you can see on the screen, we're going to be comparing combat experience, strength, speed, durability, and extra abilities. This will include their armory and their the powers that they don't share, such as strength, speed, and durability. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we have is both of these characters have been known to be in multiple combats with, they fought, multiple kinds of demons. And they fought armies of these guys, alright? Both of these characters are stupidly overpowerful. So, since that they do have a very similar repertoire of experience, I decided to look into their age. So Dante, as of the current standing, is currently roughly in his 40s. Hellboy is roughly in his 60s. So I'm gonna have to give by that, Hellboy has 20 more years of experience, so I'm gonna have to give experience to Hellboy. He definitely has probably fought more in his years, although than Dante. So, we're gonna give experience to Hellboy. Now the next one we'll be comparing is strength. Now both of these guys have stupid levels of strength too. For example, we've had Hellboy like shatter a giant's sword and also punch a giant, which is really cool. But it's also a feat that Dante has done, and with bigger giants, to be frank. So, plus both of these guys have survived avalanches and, fighting opponents who are equally as strong as they are. But, I'm sorry to say it, but Dante just takes the cake here in the strength category. The giant stone monster he fought is way bigger and probably way heavier than anything Hellboy's ever seen. And I've got to give all the strength feats to Dante here. Alright, next one we're going to be comparing is speed. Now, most of you guys, if you're a fan of these characters, you might already know the answer to this, but we're going to go ahead and go over it. So, Hellboy is definitely not slow. He's way faster than a human being. He's definitely fast enough to dodge a bullet when it's necessary, but I also know that Hellboy might be a little quicker than that. Considering he ran down a building so fast that it caused him to basically have like a afterburn like effect here. To achieve this, it's basically like when a meteor enters the atmosphere of Earth. In order to achieve this, you'd have to be going over 17,000 miles per hour. Yeah. Also, on top of that, In a sword fight with his brother, he was able to create an open space in the middle of a rainstorm with just clashing swords with his brother, Virgil. Yeah, that's next to impossible. So we're going to have to give speed also to Dante. Alright, so the next one we're going to be comparing is durability. Both of these guys are pretty durable. They both have healing abilities. For example, there is like one really good feat is like Hellboy got smashed through a stone bridge and moments later was up fighting again, and he's also been seen using his stone arm to block bullets, and we also know it takes him a few days to heal from bullet wounds that would normally kill a man. And also on top of that, like, it's got to be high caliber bullets that actually, you know, in order to even pierce to pierce Hellboy's skin. So that's pretty impressive. Now, for Dante, on the other hand, his healing factor is a little bit more ridiculous. The guy's literally been skewered multiple times through the chest and through the heart and through the, you know, through all of his body parts. The guy's like somehow still alive. It is crazy the amount of punishment that Dante can take. But comparatively, Dante can heal from wounds within seconds, and Hellboy still has to heal from wounds that take, like, you know, a couple days to heal, so we're gonna have to give durability again to Dante. Alright, now for the final part of this one, and this might be the most important category to compare, is their extra abilities. And here we're going to be talking about their arsenals as well as their extra powers. So, for example, some of the extra powers we're going to have from, like, Dante, for example, he gains flight upon taking his demon transformation, as you guys can see pictured here. He also has teleportation. He has what I call the demon armory. This is just what I call it. I don't think it's actually what it's called. But basically, Dante has a multitude of weapons that are, they're just from all the different kinds of demons he's fought over the years. Like, some of these even include things like time manipulation, and can even have, well, like, one of them is like a suitcase that, like, it turns into a giant cannon, and it shoots, like, has multiple cannons within it and just fires multiple shots. It's freaking crazy. And then we have Hellboy. He's fireproof.
I'm fireproof. You're not.
He can grow wings when he goes onto his demon form, or more demonic form, I should say. He can speak multiple languages, which doesn't really help in a combat situation. And he has his standard armory, but it does actually, I mean, not to undercut Hellboy here, he does have some really powerful guns. You know, and guns that Hellboy wields, you know, you have to have super strength just to wield them in the first place. But, you know, Dante also has that with the ebony and ivory. And then, of course, Hellboy also has a mystical natured sword, just like Dante, because he is worthy to wield the sword known as Excalibur. So Hellboy does have a mystical weapon of sorts, but Dante has access to more than one mystical sword. And I'm gonna have to say, if we look at Dante's history with all the different weapons he has in his arsenal, I'm gonna have to give extra abilities to Dante. Yeah, this fight was a bit of a landslide, guys. The winner is Dante. There's no arguing. The winner is Dante. As you guys saw, Dante just kind of blows Hellboy out of the water by being stronger, faster, having a better healing factor, and a better arsenal. This fight was rather interesting to analyze. I thought it would actually take a lot longer than it did to actually put this video together. A lot of times when I do these death battles, these characters are really hard to, even with using, sometimes when I use, like Dante has been featured on Screw Attack. So even when I use characters from Screw Attack, oftentimes I find it harder to figure out who the winner is, but this fight was just so one-sided. Not to knock Hellboy, he's a very powerful character in his own right. I mean, having the Excalibur sword and having a knowledge of different languages and using mysticism to a point, I mean, all that stuff is good, but I've never seen Hellboy actually use anything like, you know, any kind of offensive magic in a fight. It's just not Hellboy's style. He's very much a beater. He's like, I'm gonna punch you, shoot you, stab you, and also other things that are also factors is Dante can actually hit things with a gun. Hellboy is admittedly, by his own admission, he's a horrible shot. He admits that. So, yeah. And the truth is, there was just no real way for Hellboy to even really kill Dante, assuming he even could. The truth is, Dante's healing factor is leaps and bounds ahead of Hellboy's. Hellboy can take several days to heal from a high caliber gunshot wound, whereas Dante can heal from that almost instantly. On top of that, Dante's also been seen dodging guns from, like, you know, when it's been shot behind him. Like, he doesn't even know who it is, he just knows that they fired a gun at him, and he's just like, oh, you missed. Like, that's crazy and incredible. And it just, you know, I'm sorry, but Hellboy just doesn't have the feats necessary to win this fight. So the winner again is Dante. If you guys enjoyed this very short, probably, or quickie presentation type video where I compare these two characters, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you want to see more. I do have some more ranty style videos coming in the future. I've seen a lot of success with the Eric Butt story. Like, that video is almost at 500 views as of making this one. So if you guys really want to see more rants and stuff, maybe you should comment that below. Because, I mean, I do have some more ranty stuff I could talk about, especially when it's related to the geek community. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm Unbound Brian. If you like the content that I'm giving you, please consider subscribing and leave this video with a like to let me know you enjoy these little comparisons. And I will see you guys in the future. Peace!